Welcome to your favorite sports drama podcast, The Double Dose, the drama of sports. I'm Nathan, and every week, my co-host and girlfriend Rachel and I discuss all things in the sports drama universe.
Sprinkled in with pop culture, we cover topics from Bravo to Brady and everything in between. So keep listening to find out more. Cheers!
Welcome and Happy New Year to the 67th episode, the Dan Copen episode of your favorite sports drama podcast, The Double Dose. I'm Nathan, and sitting over here to my right is Miss Rachel Rooney Eden. Rachel, how were your holidays? How was your New Year? How are you feeling? How's your heartburn or indigestion or whatever you're dealing with?
I'm good. Welcome back. Welcome to the 67th episode of your favorite sports drama podcast, The Double Dose. Did you miss us? Did you miss us? Did you miss sitting by my side?
Yeah, I did. I was sitting by your side for a lot of it, but
no, you weren't. We haven't
You're right.
We you know what? Shocker to everybody, because a lot of the dosers think it's funny whenever we're like, "Oh, what did you do this weekend when we were together?" But a lot of this holiday, we were kind of like here, there, and everywhere, since our families are like in two totally different areas, and we had a lot of different things going on. So it was just like a whole bunch of excitement, great energy going off into the new year. It couldn't have been better. I really think it couldn't have been better. It was so much fun. It was such a great little holiday season, holly jolly. I'm definitely still feeling like you already stated, the indigestion still from New Year's night. I have I'm honestly like a little worried that I might need to go to the doctor and they're gonna tell me that I have like a fucking ulcer or something, because it still burns.
Sorry, we got you some Pepto today.
You got me Tums. They're just so cute. You came home with it this morning, but like, what? Like, I'm literally like not okay. I think.
You're fine.
I'm dramatic, but like. This is like
clip that.
Day 4.
I'm gonna clip that.
Yeah,
when I say you're dramatic.
Yeah, please. But this is like literally like day 3 or 4 of indigestion, off of margaritas.
Yeah,
off of straight margaritas.
The limes.
Yeah. So, how are you? Obviously,
you also found your new favorite podcaster. Aside from us.
Yes, obviously, we found our new favorite podcaster besides, the Double Dose, which is the Mel Robbins podcast, who has literally changed my life. I think she's changed your life. It was exactly what I needed to hear at the end of 2023, and what I needed to go into this year. The timing couldn't have been better. It's honestly exactly what I've been looking for all last year. And I think just her coming into our lives, with the podcast at the end of 2023 was just like the perfect way to amp up 2024, because this is going to be our year. This is our year. Where, we're going to be doing it. Now that I've been talking for 4 minutes straight, how are you? How are you doing?
I'm doing tremendous. I hinted at some family stuff. Dunkin' Donuts is gone.
See ya! Yay!
So Mom and Janelle are free.
Congratulations.
Awesome news. Best news ever.
Congratulations to your whole family. Yeah. Such a big moment. Very, very cool to see.
Everything else, holidays were great. New Year's was great. Everything's good. Don't know really what else happened. I'm having a brain fart right now. The only thing I really want to say is that we are going to try to change things up with the pod.
Yeah, we're trying to make a little bit more, we're trying to elevate it.
Right.
We're all here. We're in elevation, all right? We're at the top. Station. We're at the top. And we're going to stay up here.
We're going to do that. We're going to play around with different ideas, okay? We're going to continue to just what's that word? Be like a chameleon. Adapt.
Yeah, adapt.
Adaptation. Mm-hmm. Okay, we're going to continue to adapt.
Adaptation with compensation this year.
Oh.
With compensation.
Okay. That would be good adaptation.
Thank you. Yes.
But no, I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm really excited for the new year. I've also been listening to Mel Robbins. She put me onto her. She's great. Like, I can't stop watching her and listening to her podcast. I think it's the right headspace I need to be in as well going into this year. So I'm just kind of trying to ride that. And it's part of the reason why we kind of changed a couple things up with the pod, changed the order of some things, because we want to improve. We need to improve.
Yeah, we always need to improve. We're always improving here.
Trying to.
Double Dose. Over at Double Dose Studios.
Double Dose Studios, exactly.
Right. So let's kick things off, right?
Yeah, let's kick things off with your Cowboys.
Yeah,
okay?
let's kick things off straight into this controversial win.
They were part of the biggest controversy probably of last weekend in football, simply because they won on a controversial call. And I was trying to explain it to you. I've thought about it a lot, how I was going to explain it in the pod. I've tried to write it down. Like, I've tried to, what the hell is an eligible receiver? What the hell is an eligible receiver? Who can catch the ball? Who can't catch the ball? I know it in my head, but I'm just very bad at explaining it.
Oh, yeah.
I just think it's probably the most impossible thing to explain. Yeah. But I'm going to try. Okay?
Okay.
So
set the scene.
Set the scene. It's the fourth quarter and of the Detroit Lions Dallas Cowboys football game. Okay? The Detroit Lions need a touchdown to take the lead. Okay?
Okay.
They run a play in which one of their offensive linemen went out and received a touchdown pass. He caught the pass, touchdown. Place goes bananas. Lions beat the Cowboys last second. Bada boom, bada bang. However, there's a flag on the field. Why is a flag on the field? Because the referee said that the player was ineligible. He didn't ever report to the referee. What that means is, buckle in, folks.
Oh, God.
What that means is that you have to be an eligible receiver, to be able to catch a ball on offense in football. You have to you can't have the numbers. Your number cannot be in the 50s, 60s, 70s, or 90s. You can't be one of those guys wearing those numbers. If you are, what you have to do is go to the referee before the play and say, wipe your hand and say, I'm eligible. And the referee goes and tells the defense, hey, 68, even though he's not wearing an eligible number, is eligible to receive a pass. The reason why they do that is to alert the defense so that way the defense knows, because typically that wouldn't be possible. And then there's another part of it where it depends where they line up on the field. And that just adds a whole nother element that we don't need to get into. It's deep down the rabbit hole. But the numbers part is the easiest way to think about it. So he has an illegible number. He was number 68.
What I don't understand is I thought that everybody on the field could catch the ball.
No, so linemen can't. And if you want to get into the alignment part of it, like if you're covered up, like when a wide receiver, like take Kadarius Toney. Remember when Kadarius Toney was lined up offsides a couple weeks ago?
He was offsides, yes.
Yes, but he was lined up, like outside.
He was lined up.
Where the wide receiver lines up.
Yeah, he was on the field, on the line, all the way at the end.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's say that he wasn't offsides.
Okay.
But he was just on the line like he was supposed to be. Mm-hmm. The person that he was looking at that was also on the line, which was an offensive lineman, he's what it's called covering him up. So that lineman that he's covering up cannot go down the field. Why, you ask? Because that's the rule.
I didn't even ask why. I'm so confused.
Okay, forget about it.
Okay.
It's just that the fact is that this guy attempted to, well, the referee said that he did not report as eligible. He went out for the pass and caught the pass. Where does the controversy come in? Even if you understand the rules. The controversy comes in when
they roll the tapes.
Bravo,
roll the tapes.
And there was 3 linemen that went to the referee. One of them, number 68, is the one that said that he was eligible. The reason why 3 of them went there was like a decoy to confuse the defense.
Oh, okay.
However, the referee said only number 70 reported as eligible.
He didn't even say the other two?
No.
Okay.
No. However, when you roll the tapes back, you see him nod to the guy that he called the penalty on, like, yes, like, gotcha. Additionally, the head coach, the crazy guy, Dan Campbell of the Detroit Lions, said in his press conference that he alerted the referees before the game, like, this is what we're going to do in this situation. If we get to the situation, this is what we're going to do. Be alert of it. Like, I don't want it to become a problem. So obviously they would be pissed off no matter what.
So your coach can go to the refs, and then the guy needs to go to the refs, or both needs to happen? Or
only the guy needs to go.
So they overdid it.
They over-communicated, exactly. They over-communicated so this would not happen.
Got it.
And the referees just blew it. They just straight up blew it. And it resulted in the Cowboys winning. Now, does it impact that much? No. Because
everyone's kind of where they are, right?
Yeah, everyone's stayed pretty much in the same place in the standings. It's just kind of frustrating for the Lions because there was a potential that they moved up in the standings. However, it's not like it was a playoff game. But as a result of what happened, that referee crew that refereed that game, the NFL has announced that they will not be partaking in any games in the postseason.
But so, like, do the referee crews normally, like, does one crew always get left out?
This is a group of with the way the numbers work, there's like crews that don't get to.
Oh, okay. But do you think that they would have? Like, is that a good crew? That's a good crew?
Well, I think now it's put into question, but typically, like, that guy's a well-respected referee.
You think he's gonna lose his job?
No, he's not gonna lose his job. But,
crazy call though that he made.
Right, and I think the more annoying part about the call is because, like, everyone makes mistakes. Like, I made a mistake at work today. Like, it happens.
Right.
Is the accountability factor. Like,
right.
Even when he was asked after the game, like, he said the guy never reported. Like, and then when you look at the tapes, he gives him a nod. So, like, you just messed up the numbers, dude.
Right.
You just, like, said you had the wrong number in your head. And that's okay. Like, it kind of sucks for the Lions, but, like, if you're just like, yo, I messed up.
Right.
Cool. I think, like, the accountability part is what drives me up a wall. And the fact that, like, even after the game, we were watching, like, the post game, and, like, it was on ESPN, and, like, Scott Van Pelt, the bald guy, he was talking about it, and he, like, had the ESPN's, like, official, like, correspondent on, and, like, that guy was, like, defending the referee. And it's just like, let's stop. Like,
right.
That's a huge issue in sports, is, like, why the hell are the referees not held accountable?
Yeah, like, but what do you think they should do? Like, fine them?
No, I think the action that they're taking, like, now, like, where they're not going to referee in the playoffs, like, that's fair.
Right.
But, like, for example, like, we always talk about, like, after games, like, how, like, the players just get a microphone in their face.
Right.
And they have to, like...
Yeah, where's the mic for the ref? Where's the mic for the ref?
Exactly. No, that's exactly it. Especially,
do the refs normally get the mic? No, right?
No.
Yeah, why?
Thank you. That's the whole point.
Did that ref mic at any point?
He got interviewed, but, like, it wasn't live. It was, like, all written.
Oh, please.
Right.
The rest is still unwritten.
Who sings that song?
Natasha Bedingfield, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
The rest is still unwritten.
Exactly. The NFL's writing it.
But yeah.
Not written in the script this year.
No, what was written in the script was to help the Cowboys as much as possible. That's the last point I need to get here. Is that, like, how does it feel to have, like, the team that, like, the NFL just continues to just, like tug off underneath the table? You know what I mean?
Oh, you're so dramatic. Okay.
It's just how it is. That's how it is with the Cowboys. They just get every call.
Sorry that I picked a good team to like. You know what I mean? Sorry that I picked a team that everyone else pretty much loves.
How many times have they won the Super Bowl in your lifetime?
Oh, I don't know.
I rest my case. 0. Okay? 0.
I don't listen. I'm a fan, but I'm not like I can't name. You know.
That's why we're teaching you.
Yeah.
That's a new fact you can learn.
Who's we?
Me and the team.
Yeah. Oh, right. The team behind. Right. Yeah. The team behind us. Hey, team. Hey, team. Me at a mirror. Hey, team.
But how does it feel?
It feels great. Thank you for asking.
Do you think that there's anything you can take away from this? Or do you, like, are you fine with just, like, winning dirty like that?
Okay, don't even with Deflategate over here. All right, how about that? Winning dirty. How about that?
Listen, I talked about Deflategate over actually like on Christmas because we were playing catch Christmas Eve outside.
Oh, when you were deflating the ball and they were calling you Brady, or what's up?
No.
Or all of a sudden your football was like a little less air in it or something like that, huh?
Because part of what happened during Deflategate.
Oh, right.
We digress.
Yes.
Is the fact that the air was so cold that it took took air out of the ball.
Right.
Because it was so cold out.
Right.
So
I just didn't know. Like, when did you get the science degree? When did you? What's that called? What's it called?
Physics.
When the air leaves the ball. What's it called? Like how much do you think? At what rate is it deflating?
I forgot what the law.
Yeah, you forgot what it is.
Yeah.
Right. But
it's a fact. So Christmas Eve when
it has to be Newton.
Me and Lucas.
Newton's law.
Can I get a word in?
Yeah, go for it.
Christmas Eve, me and Lucas pumped up my football so it was to the max.
Did you? And you tried?
We didn't try on purpose. We did not try on purpose. But we did it all the way on Christmas Eve.
For science.
No, we just did it so we could play catch. And then on Christmas Day, the ball was still in the cold garage, deflated as all hell.
Oh, it was flat. It was flat, completely flat. Well, that sounds like your ball has a problem. Okay,
No,
sounds like it has
cold.
a leak.
That's what happened during Deflategate.
It sounds like your ball has a leak, is what I'm thinking. And I think that you know that.
We're not going to agree to this.
Okay, put a pin in it.
I'm not going to engage.
Put a pin in it.
I'm not
Put
going
a
to
pin in
engage.
it.
But the last part I want to talk about this game is actually it's going to be our interesting cats. We're gonna it's not the last thing we're going to say about this game.
Okay, perfect. Well then keep listening to find out more.
Yes. But we do have to
Remember when I used to literally like do the topics before every podcast? Like this week we're talking about
you used to lose it. You used to get so stressed out.
Holy moly, that was the worst. That was the worst.
Most stressed out.
Yeah, because when you tried to do it 2 times, I elected myself to do it from here on out because I could not handle your meltdowns, okay?
It's always
I was like, I can handle my own. You know what I mean? But yeah, of course, I'll take accountability. I'd freak the fuck out.
Yeah.
I would freak the fuck out because it's like, if you say one thing off, if it wasn't whatever, I would lose that. And then you'd be like, oh, you shouldn't have said that word. You should have said this word. I'm like, oh, thank you for coming in and saying that now. Perfect. So when I was reading it before, you didn't want to say it?
Stop. That's the same thing you do to me in my TikToks. I talk through my TikToks. That's why I actually haven't done it in a while. I have to start doing more. But I'll be doing my TikToks and I'll say it to you. Should I say this? Should I say that? I don't know. Whatever you think. And then I record it and you're like, I'm in the middle of recording. You're like, oh, you should have said left, but you said right.
When did Nebraska win the championship? When was it? October? September?
What?
Nebraska, the volleyball championship.
They didn't win.
The attendance. When did that happen?
Yeah.
October, November?
Yeah.
I mean, October, September?
Yeah.
Which one? Yeah? What? That's the last fucking time you did a TikTok, okay?
Yeah.
So let's not even.
I got discouraged because I didn't get any
TikTok
traction.
every week. Weekly. And we should start doing more, but all I'm saying, okay? That's all I'm going to say.
I got people lined up.
Yeah, okay. Where are they? Lined up where?
Right here. We do a couple of these.
Perfect. Let us know which topic today you would like.
Yeah, tell me. I'll take a deep dive into anything.
Yeah, I feel like you would. I feel like you would like that.
I would, and that's kind of what we're doing.
On this.
We talked about what we want to do different with the pod. That's what we're kind of doing here. We're doing less small stories and more conversation pieces. And then at the end, I have just quick notes because I feel like I've been giving you topics at points in time where they're not conversation pieces. They're more of oh, this happened. You're like, oh,
yeah,
cool.
Oh, well, it's not that. It's just it's a lot of information. It's information overload. You know what I mean? So
I'm trying to pick more things we can conversate about.
Yeah. No, listen. You and I, we make great conversation.
Except for this next topic because you hate when I talk about the Patriots. Okay, so I'm just going to talk to the camera here because you've heard all of this
Perfect.
a lot. But we're going into the last game of the Patriots season, okay? Potentially Bill Belichick's last game ever as the Patriots head coach.
What's the over-under on that?
The betting odds? I haven't seen the betting odds. It's a good question, though.
Thank you.
However, it's the last game of the season. They're playing the New York Jets at home.
It's their last game.
It's their last game no matter what. They currently hold the number 3. They have the 3rd worst record in the NFL, so they have the 3rd best draft pick. They're drafting number 3 right now. So we don't want them to really win win because of the draft, but would it be nice for Bill Belichick to beat the New York Jets in his last game as the Patriots head coach, potentially? The team that he left for the Patriots. The team that he historically, you know how long he was the head coach for the Jets?
I didn't even know he was.
1 day.
Oh.
Do you know how he resigned? He wrote it down on a napkin and said, I resign as HC of the NYJ. Why? Because he wanted to come to New England. And ever since then, we've been pooping on New York. So it's the best way for him. If he's going to go out, it's the best way to go out. Now,
and they're going to give him that napkin back to wipe his tears after they lose. If they lose, what happens to their draft pick?
Stays. He'll get the number 3
so
pick.
even if they win, it doesn't matter?
If they win, they'll probably go to the 4th pick.
Oh. Well, that would
Depends what happens to other teams.
That would, honestly, they're not going to gain anything from winning, so they should really just lose.
But this team's been fighting. And they've been playing hard. And, this has probably been the most challenging Patriots season. This is the point I want to get to. It's been the most challenging Patriots season I've ever dealt with.
Yeah.
Because for that reason, I don't know how to feel. The best thing for the future, yes, lose. Because then you have a better draft pick, and then you can win in the future. However, you have the best head coach of all time, having his worst year of all time. He's made a series of mistakes. I've talked about them, and I don't have to rehash them all. It is still just sad, okay? It's just sad. And it's weird. It's just weird. And I know that I feel as if they're going to win this weekend. I don't think it's the right move, but I just think that I just feel it in the air.
Oh, okay. You feel it in the air. The winter storm is coming?
Yeah.
Well, be careful because the balls are going to be very deflated then because all that cold weather, that cold air is coming in.
Right. Exactly. I don't know. I'm trying to find something that, trying to find something that you can relate to where, it's that crazy.
That what?
That Bill Belichick is going to be gone.
Oh.
Or potentially.
No. I understand. You don't need to relate it to anything. I understand. I'm letting you have your moment.
He's the Patriots head coach. He's been the Patriots head coach longer than Rachel Ray was on TV.
I'm letting you have your moment. You know what I mean?
I know.
I don't need you to compare anything. It's incomparable, you know?
Yeah.
How long has he been the head coach for?
Since the year 2000.
Wow. There you go.
Crazy.
It's crazy.
They did do something funny last week. So, obviously, they sucked this year. They had a player, Trent Brown, supposed to be one of their better players. He's been sounding off all year he's been complaining. That Malik Cunningham guy, the other quarterback that is now with the Ravens, that they never really give an opportunity to play at quarterback. Ever since he left, Trent Brown has been saying that the Patriots should have played him. He should have been the quarterback. Everybody thinks he should have been the quarterback. Basically trying to cause a division in the locker room. As a result, the Patriots benched him last week. He was just inactive. He didn't even dress for the game. And why is that important? It's because he has a bonus in his contract, an incentive for playing time. He has to play a certain amount of plays throughout the year, a certain percentage of the offensive plays.
Okay.
By benching him, it guaranteed that he wouldn't hit that incentive.
But why would they bench him though?
Because he's being a pest. He's being like a disgruntled employee. And
$6.5 million is a lot to take him out of.
So, well, maybe you should behave at work. It's like any other job. If you're not doing well at work, then your job has the right to keep your bonuses. If you're not gonna hit your numbers.
That's crazy.
So they benched him, and he's gonna be out $6.5 million.
That's awful.
As he fucking should. Fuck that guy.
Okay. Well, fuck Trent Brown then.
Screw him. I love that.
They are.
I love that. I love when teams do that.
Because he's being bad.
Yeah, you're being annoying. I hate when athletes like James Harden complain and get what they want still. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's this case where it's like one of those cases where he didn't get what he wants. Right. Okay, you want to complain? You want to be a little baby? Even in training camp, it's always been a thing on Patriots Twitter, hey, he's just off to the side, never really talking to anyone, just moping around, not being engaging with his teammates and his coaches. Go. Just go.
If you don't like him, I don't like him either.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I stand with you.
I'm
with her.
But with the information last thing we'll say here, do you think this is Belichick's last game? Or do you think they'll keep him? Or what do you think they should do based on the information? I feel like I've gone flip-flop back and forth enough.
I don't know. I truly don't know. I don't know what the right decision is, and I don't think that they know what the right decision is. You know what I mean? Because it's like, I think it's hard where it's like you had a good thing for so long and like whatever, but now he's just like not good anymore. You know what I mean? Like sometimes the game just passed him by. So it's like, do you want your team to succeed are you planning for the future, or are you trying to like maintain its like legacy? Like, yeah, you still have Bill Belichick, but then you're gonna lose every game. You know what I mean? So it's like, what's going on here? Because clearly, I don't think that he's understanding the game of football in the 2023-2024 season. They can't fucking score.
They can't score, but they still have the top defense in the league.
But the thing is also is that all of the people that are on the field, like it's all because of him too. Like it's like all these actions and reactions are from him. They're directly from him. So It's like, yes, it is directly correlated to him.
Right.
Like he did the draft pick. Like, you know what I mean? Like they're doing the draft picks.
Right.
He's putting who's going in, who's being benched, at what time, what plays are we doing? Like how am I going to...
He hired offensive coordinators from Mac Jones.
Exactly. So I don't know. Like I think maybe say goodbye Bill Belly, you know?
Yeah.
Bye, Bill Belly.
I think that the conclusion I've come to in this point in time, and it will change in 5 minutes, so don't hold me to it, but if he was willing to give up power as a general manager and with the offense, just like let somebody else handle the offense,
yeah,
I would be down with him staying. Because he's so good at coaching defense. We have the best defense in the league, and it doesn't make any sense. But our offense is also the worst in the league. And
you really think that you guys have the best defense in the
statistically,
league?
They have a top 3 defense. Like in some categories, the best. Depends. Like if you look up point differential, points given up, yards, passing yards, rushing yards, first downs.
Okay.
So points per game, like stuff like that.
Okay.
So in some metrics, they're the best. Some metrics are like they're top 3 in most all of them.
All right.
So we'll see.
Okay.
I love you, Bill.
Yeah.
Truly.
I think that it's a...
I hope to make it to the game. There's a snowstorm coming in. The storm front. Storm front.
There is a storm front.
So,
there is a storm front or whatever the fuck
I'm going to do whatever it takes to make it.
But then, like, I just don't get it. People are bugging out over, like, this snowstorm, and it's, like, 5 to 6 inches or 6 to 8 inches. I don't want to make anyone at the table self-conscious, so it's like, you know, I don't want to bring it up.
Please.
I'm just joking, but then I look on the weather. I look on the weather app, and it's literally 0.5. It literally says 0.5. Like, that's how much it's going to accumulate, 0.5. And over in the Boston area, too, it says 1.
Right.
An inch.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Like,
it doesn't snow anymore. Global warming. It does not snow anymore.
The weather people really need to stop. Like, listen, like, you had your turn. Like, it's done now. You know what I mean? Like, take a back seat. Like, it's okay. Like, just stop. Like, you don't need to be, like, we have enough going on.
Everybody
just
gets
stop.
riled up a week in advance.
Yes, stop.
And if you think about those big snowstorms, like from when we were kids, or like even in high school, like, you didn't know until like the day before.
No, the weather is such a suburbia thing. It really is.
It really is.
It is. It's suburbia. It really is, because that's all they care about. You know what I mean? It's like, am I gonna get on the road to the grocery store? You know what I mean? Like, am I gonna? It is like, chill out. You know what I mean?
It's also a city thing, dude.
No, but what I'm saying is, like, people hype it up so much.
Oh yeah, hype it up.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, when my mom calls me, she's like, the snow's, there's a huge storm. I'm like, Mom, like, it's okay. Chill out. Like, we're all gravy. Like, we're going to be fine. There
was a earthquake in New York, I guess.
In Queens. There's an earthquake. I did. I was on the phone with my mom when it happened. Again, I was on the phone with my mom.
Did you feel it?
No, it was in Queens. It was very small. I don't think anyone was injured. But people felt it at like 5 a.m. or something. I mean, 2 people could say they were injured, but like they could just be fucking wavy right now. You know what I mean? They could have just been a little drunk, stumbling home from the bar, saying it was the earthquake.
Someone could have farted on the other side of the bed.
Exactly, earthquake. So, I'm with you on that, sister.
Yep.
You ready to? I don't know. Honestly, like, I don't know if I don't know who this man is. So
David Tepper, we talked about him last week.
Duh. Oh
moving on to David Tepper. He's the owner of the Carolina Panthers.
Sometimes I swear to God, like, I think it's the names. I think the names fuck me. Like, that keeps me, like, I can't do all the names of people.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough.
You know what I mean? But like, if you told me that's the guy that this, I'd be, oh, okay.
He's the guy that we talked about last week. He was on apparently supposed to be on Epstein's list, and that the NFL was thinking about trying to force him out if that would be the case. I don't think that list has come out yet.
Do you think that they will release it?
Yes.
They have to.
I'm just questioning.
How has it come out yet?
I question the validity of it because.
So true. So high-paying people are getting their names off that fucking thing. They are getting their name, and that's actually why I asked the question. I'm going to answer it. They haven't come out with it because, I mean, the people that are going to it's going to destroy people.
Bill and Hillary, okay?
Yeah, literally.
I'm not a political junkie, but like, Bill and Hillary, they were best friends with the guy. That's kind of well enough known. Yeah. They're making sure they'll do everything to make sure that this list isn't on there.
Right.
That they're not on the list and that it doesn't come out at.
Right.
Or like the names that are on there are fugazi.
Where is the list? Like, is it like
it's
people?
In court somewhere. It's probably in
like people that have come into the island. Like, they've noted it. Like, I don't.
It's everyone that's traveled. It's everyone that's like done business with him. His book of business. His personal list. He kept a list of everyone.
Kind of like, he is a disgusting human being, but like. It's kind of crazy. Like, the fact that he's keeping a list, like, that's how you know psycho.
Yeah.
That's how you know.
Well, look at him.
Saltburn. Psycho. No, yeah, we can't even talk about it. We can't even talk about it.
Do not watch Salt. If anybody recommends Saltburn to you.
To anybody.
To anyone.
To you or to anybody.
Don't even look it up.
Remove them from your life. Block their phone number. Like, don't ever talk to them again.
And just give them the middle finger and say,
see ya.
Keep it moving.
You showed me your true colors.
Yeah.
That's what I would
that movie
say was the worst thing I've ever
sucked.
No, awful.
That movie
Psycho.
Sucked.
Psycho, Epstein.
Yes.
Like, that's literally Epstein.
Yes.
Has to be based off him.
Right.
Has to be.
Perhaps.
No, it's not.
That's probably how he got all his money.
No, it's...
No one knows how he got all his money.
So awful. Like, it's just so awful. It's so awful that I just know that if anyone says anything to you about it, just say, fuck you and walk away.
Back to David Tepper.
Thank you.
The owner of the Panthers. I'm talking about him last week because maybe he was on Epstein's list. In the news again. Why? Because there was camera footage of this man in his luxury box, in his owner's suite, throwing a drink out of his box at a fan.
At a Panthers fan?
Yes!
Dumb.
Because the fan was probably yelling about, like, the team sucks. Like, they're complaining.
Right,
obviously.
Right.
It's a disgruntled customer. Like, come on.
Right.
Like, and
but on the same flip of the coin, though, isn't it? Wouldn't you like it that the disgruntled fan is getting a drink thrown in his face because Trent Brown of the Patriots is a disgruntled player and he's getting a drink thrown in his face, basically not having any of that money.
No, he's not getting freaking assaulted.
In the bank account, he is. In the bank account, he is.
But that's a result of his own actions.
But that's a result of this fan's own actions.
Come on, that's.
I'm just trying to play devil's advocate over here.
You have a billionaire.
Yeah.
Like, I'm always amazed. Honestly, back to like the James Harden of it all. Like, I'm always amazed about how like rich, famous, like powerful people get to act any sort of way they want. Like those
yes,
common like human behaviors, like just being pleasant and nice,
right,
goes out the window when you're rich.
No, I know.
That shit drives me up a wall.
I'm telling you, if you're a billionaire, like I'm assuming David Tepper is. I've said this before, just like the Bezos of it all. Like you can do whatever the fuck you want. You can literally do whatever you want.
David Tepper is a psychopath.
Yeah, so he threw this drink, and then what? What do you think was in the drink?
Huh? I don't know. But either way, threw a drink at someone. If it was the other way around, that guy would be in jail for 6 months. 100%.
He'd be suspended. He'd never get to go to the game again in the stadium.
Thank you. But as a result, he got fined by the NFL $300,000. At first, I was like, that's not enough. But then I looked at like what players got fined this year. Like the highest player fine was $80,000. So like, I think he could have got fined more. But then again, like I just hope that the fan got some money out of the deal.
I'm sure. I'm sure the fan's getting press out of this deal.
The fan better fucking sue this motherfucker.
The fan should be on Pat McAfee.
Yes, he should. But the part of my take, Big Cat's podcast.
Okay.
In Barstool, they were talking about this, and they said that they told a crazy story about this guy, David Tepper, about how he got his money. So he was a finance guy working in New York for Goldman Sachs, and he was up for a promotion. Didn't get the promotion. His boss didn't like him basically, is the story that he tells.
Okay.
So instead, he quits his job, starts his own hedge fund, becomes so rich, so successful, that he buys his boss's house,
Stop.
knocks it down,
Stop.
and builds a better house.
I
love that move.
I love this man.
Do you have a temper?
No, I think I literally love. He's a savage.
He's a savage.
He's a savage.
He gives zero.
Could you imagine
fucks.
being that motivated to do something? You don't get a promotion, and then all of a sudden you're like, "Fuck this! I'm literally gonna create my own firm." You know what I mean? Be so much better than him, and then buy his fucking house. That is crazy.
Just to knock it down.
And literally knock it down, not give a rat's ass, and be like, "I'm gonna put my palace here."
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Like, this is goals. This is hashtag goals.
So now you're a David Temper fan, right?
I think so. I think I have to be. I think that's the energy that you need when you're, you know what I mean? When you're motivated. Like, that's what you need.
What if he was on Epstein's list?
Like, if he was,
Yeah.
all of them are. Everybody is. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, who do you think's on it?
Up.
Like, every major corporation, every head honcho, they're on it. Like, you're not gonna get flown. Like, it's disgusting. It's disgusting, gross, vile, like, inhumane. But like, if you're doing business, like,
that's energy you need.
Like, you're doing business with the devil or dealing with the devil or whatever I've said devil so many fucking times. Like, I cannot have that energy near me. But, like...
So you're pro David Tempe.
But I think I am pro David Tempe. He's got one, obviously.
He definitely has a Tempe.
Yeah, so...
See what happens from here on out.
Yeah, I guess we'll see, like, what's going to come. But now what happens? Is he going to...
If he's on the list, the NFL's already begun conversations with other owners of getting him out.
If he's on the list.
If he's on the list.
Oh, of getting him off.
I don't think he's going to be like you said, I don't think he's going to be the only other, he's not going to be the only owner on there.
It's literally going to take, but like, that's also the thing.
If Robert Kraft,
taking down everybody.
If Robert Kraft is on that list, I'm going to cry. I look up to Robert Kraft a lot. Yeah, he's gotten tugged off in a massage parlor in Florida. That's okay. I don't need him on Epstein's list.
Ew, oh my God. I cannot. Poor guy.
Speaking of Epstein's list, why don't you feed me the next topic?
Jimmy Kimmel is threatening to sue Aaron Rodgers for a comment that he made on the Pat McAfee show. Again, with Pat McAfee just always coming in. But Rodgers made a comment, like you had told me this. You were like, did you know that Jimmy Kimmel is suing Aaron Rodgers? And I'm like, for what? Like literally what's going on with Jimmy Kimmel and Aaron Rodgers? And you were like, oh, because Aaron Rodgers is on the Pat McAfee show, and he said a lot of people, including Jimmy Kimmel, a lot of people, including Jimmy Kimmel, are hoping that list doesn't go out. And Kimmel tweeted back, "Dear asshole, for the record, I've not met, flown with, visited, or had any contact whatsoever with Epstein, nor will you find my name on any list other than the clearly phony nonsense that soft-brained wackos like yourself can't seem to distinguish from reality. Your reckless words put my family in danger. Keep it up and we will debate the facts further in court." So he's basically like coming at Aaron Rodgers like so hard for this. But I also like, what's the beef between Jimmy Kimmel and Aaron Rodgers? Like, what could they possibly...
Aaron Rodgers was saying this tongue-in-cheek. If you watch the video, Aaron Rodgers is like sitting in his wine cellar, and like Pat McAfee's making fun of him. He's like calling him a conspiracy theorist. Like, look at this conspiracy theorist sitting in his wine cellar, waiting to pop a bottle for this once this list comes out. You freaking wackadoo. And like Aaron Rodgers is literally laughing, saying like, yeah, like I know a lot of people that are scared of that list coming out, including Jimmy Kimmel. Like, if you really thought Jimmy Kimmel was on this list, like, he wouldn't actually say that.
Right.
Like, the fact that you're getting so personal and, like, so hurt by it, that's the concerning part.
No, right. That's the weird part, for sure. That's definitely the weird part.
Not to mention, like, Jimmy Kimmel used to be, like, that comedian, like, where, like, he would joke around. Like, he was just a goofy guy.
Yeah,
like now he's, like...
Chill, like, out of anyone, you should know, it's a joke.
It's a joke.
It's a joke, dude. Like... Relax.
Right.
When people take jokes too seriously, it's just like, dude, chill out.
But I think that is why, like, just to, like, bring it full circle, like, that's exactly why, like, shows like the Pat McAfee show and, like, conversations between, like, Pat McAfee and, like, Aaron Rodgers that's why that's the thing now. That's why like podcasts are a thing now, because like the big studio comedians like Jimmy Kimmel, like they're not funny. Nor they're all institutionalized now.
Right.
Like they're all about advertisements with my family, this, my family. Like, shut up.
Right.
The fact that you're getting so worked up about it,
that's what's weird.
That's what's weird. Now I hope you're on the list so that everyone can just throw it in your face because you're a liar.
Right.
I bet you were on the list, you sick puppy.
Okay. Jimmy Kimmel, please don't come after us.
Fuck you, Jimmy Kimmel.
Hey.
Seriously, fuck that guy.
Oh, you hate him now?
I don't like him.
Now you're over Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah, I never liked him.
Because of why?
I just think like those, I don't know.
He had what the hell was that guy's name? I keep thinking of Chewy, but I think Chewy was from Chelsea Handler.
Yeah.
What the hell's his name?
Oh, it was the
You
guy.
know what I'm talking
LeBron
about?
James.
No. Who is that little guy? Whatever. I can't think of his name, but no surprise there. But yeah, Jimmy Kimmel. I don't know.
He sucks.
Just chill out. Chill
Relax.
Chill the F out.
Have a
chill
drink.
the F out.
We're on a college football playoff. Both games of the college football playoffs were amazing. The national championship, Michigan versus Washington. Both were very good games.
The Sugar Bowl and the Rose Bowl, right?
Correct. Yes, those were the games.
The bowls are because of the stadiums that they're in.
Yeah, exactly. And
so why isn't the Super Bowl in a super stadium?
Because it's so great that they have to change the stadium every year because it's so super.
Super Bowl.
Right.
So the Rose Bowl's in the Rose Stadium.
Bowl. Yeah. The Sugar Bowl is not in the Sugar Bowl anymore. The Sugar Bowl has been knocked down.
Why?
Because it's just so old. Now it's in New Orleans. It's in that dome in New Orleans. The Superdome.
Home of the Dimmadome. What? The Dimsdale Dimmadome? Home of the Dimmadome?
Superdome.
The Dimsdale Dimmadome?
What the hell is it?
Timmy Turner from Fairly Odd Parents. The guy,
I never watched. I would never be caught dead watching Fairly Odd Parents.
Are you kidding?
That shit sucked.
Fairly Odd Parents. You did it when you were
I would never
a kid
change.
with Fairly Odd Parents.
I would never change. I wouldn't change. I couldn't change the channel fast enough.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
My shiny teeth that twinkle just like the stars in space. My shiny teeth in May. My shiny teeth. Okay, Fairly Odd Parents was so good. Wanda, Cosmo, Timmy. Like, are you literally joking?
No.
The Dimsdale It's I think his name is like something Dimmadome. Home mayor of like Dimsdale is Dimmadome. Dimmadome's Dimmadome. You know what I'm talking about. People know what I'm talking about.
Moving back on. Just a couple things to mention about these games that I thought were interesting or just funny.
Okay.
First one, there was an Alabama junior, Dallas Turner, who immediately declared for the NFL draft right after the game.
What does that mean?
Like, he just, like, when he had a camera and a microphone in his face, he literally said, like, I'm out, no ands, ifs, or buts about it. I'm done at Alabama. Like, that's all.
Wait, after the Alabama loss?
Yeah.
He went up to the mic and said, I'm done?
No,
Like,
they
I'm
came
not
out to
playing?
his locker, and they were interviewing him. And he was just like, I'm done. I'm going to go to NFL. No ands, ifs, or buts about it.
What can you do? Like,
Yeah, you can just declare for the NFL draft.
oh, so he's like, I'm open.
I'm done.
That's like basically it.
Yeah, I thought it was just super interesting. Like,
When you want to play your senior year? He's just done playing and stuff like this. He wants to play in the Super Bowl.
he wants to play in the, but it's also like,
Is that normal?
it's not the time to say it. It's not normal because it's not the time to say it. You just got over an emotional loss. Your team just lost.
Right. Like clearly you're acting like, but then people aren't going to want you, right? Because
it could have hit his draft. Like, yes, he's going to get questions about it. When he interviews with teams, like, what the hell was that about? Like, do you care about your teammates? Like, whatever. Like,
so true. Like, isn't it a team? There's no I in team.
Exactly. Another interesting thing in the second game that I really wanted to mention was ESPN had to send out an apology after showing a woman flashing her breasts on Bourbon Street during the Sugar Bowl. Like, it was when they were coming back from commercial, and it was like they were like had a camera in like on Bourbon Street. How dumb!
No, literally.
Like no one's thinking that like.
There, we're on the Vegas Strip. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, it's literally, but it's like even 8 levels down from that.
Right, and then we're gonna put the camera on like some young ladies on Bourbon Street with like beads around their necks.
Right.
What do you think they're gonna do?
They're gonna show the breasts.
Right.
Free the nipple.
Free
you
the
know what I mean?
tatas.
Right? Like, isn't it like? Aren't we all one here or whatever?
Yeah, exactly.
So ESPN just trying to be inclusive.
Right.
They're trying to include everything.
Exactly.
Including her nip on the screen.
How hilarious is that?
I just couldn't imagine, like, I love when those things happen, like, if we didn't watch that one because we were watching the Rose Bowl, right? Or are they 2 different days?
It was after. I was watching it. You were sleeping.
Oh, well, naturally. But it's just funny to me because it's like, when those moments happen while you're live watching TV, you're like, wait, did that air? You know what I mean? Like, you're like in your head, you're like, did that just really air on national television? But I guess it did. I didn't see it till after the fact. Obviously, it honestly was not even that bad.
It wasn't bad.
It was not bad at all. Like, it was literally the top of her nip.
Yeah.
Like, and it like.
All I can imagine though is like a group of 12 to like 14.
Someone's fired over this.
Oh yeah. Someone's definitely
fired over this.
For sure. But all I can imagine besides that firestorm is like a group of 12, 13, 14-year-olds in like Louisiana.
Oh, going.
Just like watching it and just like pausing it and just.
No, ew, don't even. I cannot think of that. That is
so
ew.
Going Saltburn Tubsing on them.
Ew. Seriously, don't. Don't.
But the last point that I want to make about these games is how cool is Matthew McConaughey? Texas lost. They were playing Washington. They lost. But like Matthew McConaughey, I need you to love me the way Matthew McConaughey loves Texas football.
I love you more than Matthew McConaughey.
I don't know.
If you were out in the field, I'd be up and down the sidelines too.
Thank you, Bubba.
He was on the sidelines looking fresh as ever in his little leather number. Like, what in the world is going on? Like, when guys
too much swag.
The fact that he actually wears that, it's like he's a rancher. Like, he's on Texas. A ranch.
He's actually Texas.
Yes, he is. Don't mess with him either. Don't mess with Texas.
No,
like he's into it, but I'm more into you than he's into football for sure.
This guy was all up. He was coaching the players. At one point, he was on the sideline coaching the players,
as he should be. And who's gonna tell him different? Because he's Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah.
Like if I was a coach and he was on, I'd be like, tell him, Matt.
I think Matthew McConaughey's energy is more important to channel than David Temper's.
Is more what?
His energy is more important to channel than David Temper's energy.
Oh, 100%. I'm saying David Temper for motivation. You channel different things from different people. You know what I mean? Take a little bit of this, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. You know what I mean? Like when you're making a meal, you're not only putting just salt on it.
I like garlic powder.
You know? When you're making a chicken breast, we're putting garlic. Yeah, to put the garlic powder, the salt, the pepper. You know, maybe a little onion.
If you're making some frijitas, some Mexican style, some cumin. Stop it.
You know what I mean? Take a little bit from everything.
Exactly.
That's what you need to learn, you know?
100%.
Take a little bit from everything.
100%.
There you go.
One person that's no longer taking money from Nike, supposedly, potentially, is Mr. Tiger Woods. This has been a story for a couple of weeks now. I've been wanting to bring it up. It's just not a true story. Like, it hasn't come to fruition yet, but where there's smoke, there's fire. It's rumored that Tiger Woods may be leaving Nike. And I've talked about on this on these very airwaves, how he's no longer wearing Nike shoes.
Yeah, the FootJoys, which I was like, what's going on here?
And he has his own, like, the best golfer in the world right now, Scottie Scheffler, wears Tiger Woods shoes. Like, he's a Nike guy through and through.
Why doesn't he wear his own shoes? Like, it still just doesn't make sense.
He's saying he hasn't commented on it. What it's believed to be is that since his leg injury, like from the car crash, the FootJoys give him better support. Like, he likes it better. Like, the ankle, like, stabilization. I don't know. I feel like Nike
could literally remake the shoe for him. Like, a custom pair for him.
Yeah.
So, big question mark.
Thank you. And it's just really interesting because he is synonymous with Nike. Like, Nike is the one brand that always stood by him. Always. Through his affairs. Through his divorce. Through his, like, painkiller phase, through his arrest, through his DUI, like, Rolex left him, like, all the Gatorade left him, like, all the other brands left him except for Nike. Even in Shoe Dog, Phil Knight's memoir about how he started Nike, he talks about how much Tiger Woods means to him and how close they are to one another. Like, he was one of the first people that hugged Tiger after Tiger won the Masters back in 2019.
I mean, Tiger, he's not good with relationships.
That's the next point. It's like, what the hell? Why is Tiger I can only believe that Tiger is is ruining this relationship one way or another.
He's just not good at keeping up a relationship. He does not know how. He cannot. He just literally just burns everything in his life.
Right.
Burns it all.
Literally.
He does.
And do you think it's just that simple?
I mean, I'm sure there's a lot going on behind it. Like why would he leave? Like, where would he go? You know what I mean?
I mean,
Under Armour or something?
Maybe FootJoy.
No.
Maybe he'd do a deal where it's like FootJoy for shoes,
maybe
Under Armour for apparel.
Maybe his son is like into something else. You know what I mean? So maybe like he's like trying to lean in more towards that, or I don't know. I really don't. I don't understand the motive here at all.
Me neither. And it doesn't make sense. And I think it's something that we have to continue to track because the answers aren't there yet. But it's something I'm super, super, super interested in just because it's like Jordan leaving Jordan.
Right. I guess. I mean, whenever I think of Nike, I don't think of Tiger Woods. So maybe
Nike
that's
golf.
just like a thing. I think of Nike golf, like I still don't think of Tiger Woods.
I do.
But that's also like I just don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I just especially after like all the shit that like they stood by him through. Like I just think it's nuts. I think it's nuts
too. I'm curious. I'm sure they're trying to like salvage any part of the relationship. It's very interesting. I don't know what's going on. Maybe something happened in the back end with Mr. Phil. Maybe,
but something we'll circle back on.
We'll be put a pin in it.
Exactly. And then the last conversation topic I have is Liverpool. Liverpool, my soccer club that I like, it's in England. Liverpool. They are rumored to be interested in potentially signing Kylian Mbappe, the French soccer superstar, who has been rumored. He wants to leave Paris. He wants to leave PSG. So he's going to leave somewhere. He's going to play for another team next year. It's rumored that Liverpool is interested. Great, right? The piece of this is that the owner of Liverpool is Fenway Sports Group, the same owners as the Red Sox. Okay, and in the past few years, the Boston Red Sox have not spent a lot of money on players. They've gotten rid of their best players. They just did it last week. They traded their best pitcher, Chris Sale, for a bag of balls. They got rid of Mookie Betts. He's one of the best players, plays for the Dodgers. He's already won a World Series with the Dodgers.
So they're just like giving up on baseball?
They're giving up on baseball because they're treating the Red Sox more as a business rather than a sports team that they want to win. They're just trying to make a profit.
Interesting.
Like, no matter what, Fenway's going to be packed. It's literally just a museum. Like, they're just not invested in the baseball team. They want to just make money. For example, we went to Fenway, Frozen Fenway last year.
Yeah.
The
Winter Classic.
Do you know why the Pittsburgh Penguins were the other team? Do you know why the Pittsburgh Penguins were the home team?
No.
They're owned by Fenway Sports Group.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, it's just weird. So like they're more in the business of sports rather than like winning, which is fine. But like probably part of the reason why I'm like so out on baseball as of late, like last few years, because like the Red Sox just don't care. But also just super interesting that like they're really treating us like we'll let this business struggle. This like competitively.
But maybe you have to, the ebbs and the flows of everything. You know what I mean?
I just don't think. I think
so you're saying you're letting them struggle so that they can take the money
and be successful in another league.
So take the money that they're making from there and then buy Mbappe from Liverpool from PSG.
Yeah.
How does your man at Bread Story feel about that?
I have to ask him.
You do.
I'm gonna ask him tomorrow. I'm gonna go into Bread Story, and I'm gonna ask him.
There's a huge fan of PSG at Bread Story, the local coffee shop. So you'll have to check in with him. What's his feelings? I thought that Mbappe. What was the thing with Al? Was it Saudi Arabia was trying to buy him? Saudi Arabia was
trying to buy him,
and something happened where
he said no, I'm not going.
Right. That's what I thought. Okay.
They offered like $300 million.
How much do you think that Liverpool's gonna offer?
Not that much. Probably it has to be several. Probably like $300 million. Yeah.
Liverpool's gonna be amazing then. Like you picked a great team. Not a big deal.
Don't I always?
Literally.
Are you ready to get on to the double D's threes?
Let's do it. So our double D's threes this week, I would say I said to Nate before we did the podcast, I was like, oh, like what are your double D's threes? And I was like, I think I'm just gonna do like resolutions, like what is yours? And he was like, oh my God, that's what I did. And I was like, perfect. But the thing is, like, I don't really have, like, resolutions. So, because my whole quote for the year is what? I've said it to you 1,000 times already.
Well, let him.
Oh, no. It's not that. I'm on evolution, not resolution. That's what I'm doing. I'm evolving. Like, that is just me. That's who I am going to be this year. I'm putting in a different energy into 2024. I swear to God, like, this Mel Robbins podcast has changed my life. I feel so much more at peace. And that's exactly what I'm going to be bringing into 2024. So my double D's threes is literally just, it's a 1, and it's what I'm going to be doing for 2024. And it is, I'm going to be peaceful. I'm going to try, like, I have, as I'm sure past listeners know, I'm very crazy, but whatever, like, but not only on the pod, like in life, like whatever, like I'm also an anxious, like I'm always thinking of things all the time. I'm an overthinker. I'm like, I have a lot of energy, which I love how much energy I have, but it's like, why wouldn't I focus that into something else that's like better for me and for like everyone around me? Like, why wouldn't I like try to grow myself instead of just focusing this energy onto like everything else? So like, I'm just going to move forward with peace and happiness, and like, that's my 2024. Like, I am just going to be like peaceful, listen, you do you, I'm going to do me, I'm going to grow. Okay. Like, that's on growth. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm going to evolve, not resolve. I don't need to resolve anything. The past is in the past. I'm just going to evolve and grow from here on out.
Perfect.
So that's me. That's my resolution in quotes for 2024.
I love it. So
that's just catch me out here just being a better human. Like, I'm just going to be,
growing.
I'm going to just be better. And I don't know what it is about a new year or whatever. I really feel it this year. Like, I don't feel like I've ever felt this way before. Like, where I'm just like, last year was so interesting for me, I would say. Like, very, like, just very, it was very telling to like, I think like if I stay in a certain mindset, like where I will go. And so I'm just like, I am shifting it, and I'm going to all be on growth this year. I'm going to be the best version of myself that I can possibly be.
I love that. Absolutely love that.
Thank you.
Mine, I do have 3.
Perfect. Oh, perfect. Yeah, perfect.
I want to.
Guess what? You're allowed.
Yeah.
Like, that's just what I want to do.
Right. No, of course. In no particular order.
Okay.
I want to be more positive. I feel at times I just start complaining, and then like as soon as something ticks me off, like I just go like, what about this? What about that? Positive. Just don't assume anything negative. Try not to assume anything, obviously, like difficult, but like don't, just be more positive overall.
Love that.
Number 2, I want to be more present. I feel like a lot of times my mind's wandering.
Right.
Like I'll be like in a work meeting or like on a phone call, and like I'll be like thinking about something completely different, and like someone will be like, "Is that right, Dave?" I'm like, "Yeah, right." It's like, no, I want to just be present, like be 10 toes down.
Love that.
And be more disciplined. I need to be more disciplined. I've just with everything, working out, work, the pod, doing TikToks, just be more disciplined all around. Food, eating,
PPD,
drinking, doing dry January. Everything.
Yes.
So discipline, positivity, and being present.
PPD.
PPD.
I love it.
DPP.
That's it.
PDP.
Exactly.
PCP.
No.
Oh.
I love that. Good for you. You
Yeah.
know, I'm joining you in the dry January. So for the next 4 weeks, you will not see a glass here. And if you do, we need to be held accountable and say, what the?
I'm not drinking. I'm not drinking.
Literally, we are not drinking. Like, I've never done like a dry, like anything dry month before. Like because I never thought that I would even be able to, or thought that I had to, and I need to. You know, after my,
it's not gonna hurt.
After my indigestion or whatever that I still currently have, like that I have from New Year's Eve, it's not good for me.
So this podcast is going long already, but we might as well just tell the story about the freaking ride home, okay? That's the only thing I wanted to say. That's why I was like having a brain fart. Like I didn't want to get the whole story about the ride home from Boston on New Year's Day. I'm hungover, okay? I'm hungover as probably not probably, without a doubt, the worst hangover I've ever had in my life.
But I was confused because when you woke up, you said that you were fine. So I was like, oh, he's like so good. He's like, whatever. And then we obviously put 2 and 2 together that you, like, I mean, I was too. We were still fucked up. Like, we were still drunk.
Drunk.
Yes. Like, he's like, I'm fine. I feel great. I'm like, unbelievable. I had indigestion, but great.
I was pissed drunk until I finally bit into a bite of food. And what I was biting into was a North Shore beef, okay?
Yeah.
And then immediately projectile.
Yeah.
For a while. What do I do, though? Go back and finish the beef.
Ooh.
I mean, you just have to.
Oh, that was disgusting.
I don't regret that. I don't regret that.
After I heard you throwing up, I was like, your mom was like sitting there with us, and she was like, oh, like it bothers you? It doesn't bother me. I'm like, I'm hearing him puke. Okay, like I cannot be eating right now. So I literally like put everything on the plate. And I was like, I'm gonna go throw up myself. So
Did you throw up?
Yeah, I went upstairs.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes.
Did you finish your food?
Ew, no.
I
did. No. Oh God. Okay, sorry.
I did. And then we get on the road, go home, start driving back to New York. But about 25 minutes in, like just got on the Mass Pike. Pull over right away.
Yeah, but I was bugging out when you pulled over at first because you didn't give me any warning. You're like, I'm like, are you okay? Are you okay? And I'm gonna throw up. I'm like, Jesus Christ! Like, going over those things. I'm like, are we okay? What's going on? You know?
And then about another half hour, 40 minutes later, same thing. And then you were like, all right, I'm gonna drive, dude. You cannot drive.
Yeah, I'm like, you're like, I got it. I'm like, just let me drive. Okay?
And then if you think that anxiety of having Miss Rachel drive while you're nauseating, she's fucking leaning into the other lane, like that only made me more nauseous.
Whoa. I'm like, I'm not gonna hit the other car.
You may, dude. You're in 2 lanes at all times.
I totally am, but it's because I drive in the middle of the road. Like I put myself in the middle of the road. Just what I'm saying.
Put yourself in the middle of the lane. That's all you need to worry about.
That's
Don't
what
overcomplicate.
I put myself in the middle. Like,
do you know what cool trick my dad taught me?
What?
So the way to know that if you're in the middle of the lane is that the stripe.
Yeah.
Like the closest stripe to your right should be going down the middle of the car.
Wait, what?
So like when you are driving.
Yes.
And you're in that lane. The stripes to your right.
Yeah.
Should be going in the middle of your car. From your vantage point. I'll show.
Okay, yeah. Show me next time because I don't think
It makes a lot more sense when you're in the car and you can actually see.
Yeah.
Because the way I'm explaining is the way you were driving, but that's not
yeah, exactly. I'm like, wait a second. That's how I was driving. Middle of the road.
Yeah.
Right in the middle.
Regardless.
Good trick, though. You have to show me.
Are you ready for our your first favorite segment of the year?
Are you ready?
It's time
for the sick puppy and interesting cat of the week.
I'm gonna have you give the interesting cat after.
Okay.
Because that's all you.
Okay.
But sick puppy of the week. It was actually 2 weeks ago. Right at the beginning of our little hiatus, Jair Alexander. He's a defensive back for the Green Bay Packers. He's legit. He's sick. He was suspended a game because he elected himself as captain. He walked out for the coin toss as a captain without being elected a captain by his team, by his coaches, which is against the rules for your team. Like you have to announce who's going to be walking out for the coin toss, and he just didn't listen, just went out there by himself.
You don't have to have the C on you?
Yes, some teams do it, some teams don't.
Oh, okay.
But yes, you have to be a captain. Like you have to tell the referees like this person is gonna go out there and do the coin toss. Not only did he go out there, but he made the call. Like he stood himself in the position where he was heads. And they got that right. They got it right, but then he said the wrong thing. They were supposed to say we want to defer, that means we want to kick. And he said the wrong thing, so that almost got them in trouble too. And then, but the best part of it is that him in the locker room after the game, the reporters were asking him about it, and he gave 0 fucks.
Oh yeah, he's like, this is my city.
He's like the coaches would have said I would have been out there, but they didn't realize I was from Charlotte. But it's all good though. Like, so I just went out there myself.
Can you like?
Because they were playing in Charlotte, so like his hometown.
What?
It was a homecoming for him.
Yeah, like right, like yeah, everyone's trying to see you.
Right.
No, they ain't.
They were. I mean, I'm sure he had like hundreds of people in the crowd for him.
That's crazy though.
But as a result, he was suspended for this game this past weekend against the Vikings, in which the Packers had to win to keep the playoff hopes alive.
And did they?
Yeah, they did. But just a wild move.
That is a wild move.
And he's another person's energy you just need. Like, listen, I did what I wanted. Like, you're not going to tell me it was wrong because you just didn't know. The coach just didn't know.
Right.
Jair Alexander, first sick puppy of the year.
First interesting cat of the year is no one other than CeeDee Lamb, my man for the Dallas Cowboys, since he was drug tested immediately after the game on Saturday after he had an incredible performance. But he posted the notice on his Instagram story that he was getting drug tested, saying, damn, like you quick or something like that, or something, right? It was like
the NFL has no chill.
Yeah, like, or something like, what the hell? Like, interesting cat for even posting it. Interesting cat that he even had to get drug tested. It's kind of a sick puppy move, though.
Well, I think I just made it. I think the interesting cat here is NFL. Because they think they're sly with it.
Oh, got it.
They think they're sly with it. I mean, I put down him, but now that hearing you say it,
yeah,
it's one of those things. I think it's the NFL. Like the NFL thinks that they're sly with it. They think, oh, we're gonna catch him.
Right,
we're gonna catch him.
Right. And also, like, well, you're gonna catch CeeDee Lamb. Like, so what? Now he's gonna be out. Like, for what?
How dumb.
Like, what
That's
do you
just
mean?
bad
Like,
business.
also, he's just good. Like, yeah, right. Like, you're gonna make him mad. Like, please.
Exactly.
Dumb.
Right.
Interesting move. Interesting move by the NFL. Not an interesting move for CeeDee Lamb because it's just like, yeah, he always dominates, but it's like, please, that is crazy. That is crazy. Are you ready to get into our picks of the week?
Yeah, let's get into our picks of the week. Last picks that we'll do this year. You're ahead by a lot.
I'm dominating. Yeah. Truly dominating. And last week, I didn't even mention that I was the fifth tie winner of the picks of 100 people.
The pick 'em pool that we're in.
It was 5 of us that got 11 picks right, but I didn't get the tiebreaker, which sucks forever, but I got 11 picks right. 11 picks. Yeah. Of course. Naturally.
Yep.
And if I didn't miss that 1 week that I missed, I would be up there. I'm so annoyed over it still, but whatever.
You're winning this one, okay?
And you learn, right?
You're winning this one.
100%.
You know how much that, like, digs at me?
Why? Because I'm so amazing. I'm literally, like, I have so many you have more losses than I have wins at this moment, I think. But I'm just crushing it. Crushing. So if you want winning picks, please open your ears, open your wallets, open your hearts, open your minds. Because I am choosing the Cowboys, who are playing the Commanders. The Commanders are 13.5. I think the Cowboys are going to have to beat the Commanders and come out with a very strong game because of all the controversy of last week. Because, they didn't deserve to win. CeeDee Lamb's getting tested, this, that, the third. The Cowboys are definitely going to win. Now, the other two, I just have very, I think it's the same thing. The Bills versus the Dolphins. The Dolphins are plus 3.5. I'm picking the Dolphins because last week the Dolphins got blown out by the Ravens. So they want to kind of keep their name, relevant, in good standing. And then the last but not least, the Ravens, obviously, that beat the Dolphins last week. They are going to be beating the Steelers with a plus 3.5 as well.
So I didn't tell you this before, but does that Ravens line look interesting to you? Like, why are they underdogs?
Yeah, I was confused about that.
That's because it's the last week of the regular season. So, teams that have already clinched playoff spots, some of them are going to rest. Lamar Jackson's not going to play this week.
Oh, well, then you should have told me.
No, because you're telling me how bad my picks are. I'm trying to.
Well, you're not telling me information.
I'm trying to gain some ground here.
No,
I'm trying to gain some ground here.
Dirty.
Yeah.
Dirty. You're playing dirty because that's, you know what that's called? A sore loser.
Well, that's how you learn. Okay,
Sorry.
Now you won't forget next year.
Now I won't forget what? This is a whole podcast teaching me the drama of sports.
I'm teaching you the hard way.
Teaching, whatever. Yeah, you're not hurting whatever way. You're just being an idiot. Okay, because an idiot. An idiot.
Whoa.
I did not mean that. I'm very sorry. I did not mean to call you an idiot. But you're playing dirty, and I don't like that.
Well, that's what happens in the last week of the season. Some teams are
So you should have told me that.
For example, one of my picks, one What?
I might go back and repick all these picks that I had.
Why?
Would I change any of these?
Actually, I don't.
No. Or should I change any?
No. Keep
Okay,
it.
well then you tell me yours.
I still picked the Ravens in
Whatever.
mine.
Just tell me yours.
I didn't put who the teams were
Liar.
playing. So for example, I picked the Bucks -5.5 against the Panthers. Why? The Panthers want to keep the number 1 pick. They're not going to win. They're going to want to lose. The Panthers, they're going to lose. Go Bucks. Next, I have the Bears +3.5 against the Packers. The Bears, they're clicking on all cylinders here. Okay, they already have the number 1 pick from the Panthers. So they have a quarterback in Justin Fields who wants to keep his job. The Justin Fields situation, we'll get into it in the offseason because we'll have a lot of downtime to talk about it. But what the Bears are going to do with the number 1 pick is probably one of the most interesting storylines going into NFL offseason.
Okay.
Because the quarterback's doing great, but they have the number 1 pick in the draft. So are they going to draft another quarterback and get rid of him? Or are they going to pay him and get him someone to help him out? Big decision. So Bears are going to win. Lastly, I have the Lions for the same reason why you picked the Cowboys. Because of the controversy last week. They need to win. They already locked up the playoff spot, but they need to win to stay in that 3rd seed. So every seed you're at, you're going to be fine. Like, it's just better for you. Not to mention, I think all the emotion that they had after that loss last week kind of shows that they want to keep on winning going into the playoffs. They don't want to rest anyone.
Right.
So those are my picks.
No sleep.
Those are my picks. Then, the last part of this pod, we're doing a little bit different. So I have a couple quick notes, things you may have missed, and then obviously things to watch for this week. So I'm just going to rattle off some. You can have a reaction. You can just say, if it doesn't matter.
Okay, perfect.
Because I feel like these have been
hit list.
These have been topics in the past where like I would try to make them a topic and we have nothing to talk about. So here we go.
Go for it.
We'll call this the after show.
Oh, okay. After show it up.
Number 1. Tua Tagovailoa gifted the Miami Dolphins quarterback room golf simulators, each one of them.
Each quarterback got a golf simulator.
Yeah, and the quarterback coach.
That's awesome.
Those things are at cheapest price, $30,000 each.
That's amazing. Good for him. Good for them.
Crazy.
Play the golf all you want on off
see,
season.
Did you see Zion Williamson's tattoo?
You showed it to me. You did.
Zion Williamson got a tattoo on his chest. I need to know what Mariah Mills sticks to this thing. It's supposed to be centered. It looks like it's supposed to be centered, but it's not. It's like a little bit off center. It's just a cross. Why?
Over his heart. That's what I think. I think the cross is supposed to be over his heart. Or someone just did a whack ass job. Or maybe the artist was doing like me, thinking that they were driving, in the center of the lane or whatever, but really you're just in the center of the road.
Zion Williamson cannot get out of his own way.
No, he
that guy is a
can't.
disaster.
Yeah, he is.
Next, the volleyball NCAA national championship between Texas and Nebraska was the most watched in college volleyball history. The game averaged a record 1.7 million viewers.
Go you. Go them. The volleyball is just coming up. It's a great sport. Being an ex-volleyball player myself, I totally understand.
Go Wolfpack.
No, that was Go Indians, Valley Indians. I played in high school, my high school career. One year, but yeah, people are still talking about it. As in no one. But I love that. I like that volleyball's coming up. It's a great sport for young gals to get into. Not a lot of running.
For sure.
Just a lot of that's why I like volleyball so much. You did not have to run. We had to run around like the gym, I don't know, we had to do like 3 laps. I'm like, oh thank God, I'm done.
And you guys wear those short shorts.
Yeah, and we wore that I literally still wear to bed. I still have them.
Love it. Next, Shohei Ohtani bought Joe Kelly, another pitcher for the Dodgers, wife, a Porsche after she led a campaign for the Dodgers to land him. Joe Kelly also gave up his number 17 to Ohtani.
I feel like this woman, something's going on here. This is weird.
She's trying
This is weird.
Yeah.
She's like, yo, Shohei Ohtani.
I'll show you.
She's trying to Shohei her Ohtani.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
exactly.
It really is.
Exactly.
She is Shohei and her Ohtani.
I don't know how I'd feel if one of my friends bought you a car. I love my friends. Ty, if you bought my lady a car, thank you, but you can keep the car. I can buy my lady I can't, but
oh my God, yeah. I just couldn't even imagine who would buy you a car. You know what I mean? I would just be like, okay, cool. You know what? I would be. You know what? I would be happy. Fuck it, buy him a car. I get a new car out of it. But like weird. I guess we have all the money to use. Like, yo, you want a car? Like, what do you want? She's like, I don't want breakfast. I want a car. He's like, take it. Perfect.
Tyreek Hill's house caught on fire today. That's not a good thing.
Stop. Why?
I don't know. They're still investigating. I just like, it's all over TikTok. I mean, all over like Twitter, like him and his wife outside the house, like just watching the house in flames.
That's awful.
Horrible. Horrible.
Oh my God. That is, and he has to try to keep his head in the game for the game.
How many distractions does this man have between all the, no, I'm not trying to be funny, between like all the kids, like all like the drama going on in his life. Now
I wonder if one of the
baby mamas
is behind it. I mean, this is just too crazy.
Crazy.
Jeez.
And then some things to watch. Reports out of Philadelphia say that the Eagles' locker room is fractured, and it's being led by A.J. Brown being unhappy. A source told the Philly Inquirer that A.J.'s frustration is, quote, tearing the team apart. So this is something we have to keep an eye on. Like, are the Eagles going to fall apart? Is he really causing problems, or is it just fugazi?
Is it? But like, why? What would be tearing? Like his?
He's just not happy with the way they're like. They have a new offensive coordinator, just like the Patriots did this year. Their offensive coordinator got a head coaching job in Arizona, so all year he's been disgruntled with the way that he's been used in the offense.
Oh, so he's probably misery loves company, so he's probably trying to pull everybody with him.
Exactly.
If anything.
He needs to take my positive approach to the new year.
Right.
Next, there were rumors. Speaking of upset players, that Kenny Pickett, the quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers, refused to back up his replacement, Mason Rudolph, after he was benched. Pickett has since denied the allegations, though. More positive news.
Don't even know who the fuck that is.
Montez Sweat.
Who the hell's Kenny Pickett?
He's the quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He got benched just like Mac Jones did. He's in the very similar position in Pittsburgh that Mac Jones is in New England. They keep on benching him, then going back to him. So he's in the same place.
So he's upset. He's like,
upset.
I don't want to go back in.
But he's saying that
he's like, that's not true.
Not true. He said that they just didn't dress me. It was a coach's decision.
Weird rumors.
Weird that the coach didn't say it before. Didn't say it before he had the opportunity to say it. You know, like you shoot down. That's the only.
Right.
So, interesting.
Backpedaling.
Exactly. Next, Montez Sweat plays for the Chicago Bears.
Weirdest name.
He's gonna be he could be the first player in NFL history that would lead.
Have that name.
2 teams. He would lead 2 teams in sacks for the season. So he is the sack leader for the Washington Commanders because he played there the first half of the year. Then he got traded to Chicago. He's been performing so well there that he's also the sack leader there. Interesting.
Great.
History.
Good. Making history over here, and he's definitely sweating.
Yes. Now, there are 2 things to watch. The World Juniors, the Hockey World Juniors. Those are still going on. USA is in the quarterfinals.
What the hell is that?
I talked about it last podcast. It's like the under-21 hockey tournament. It's like the World Cup of hockey.
Yes.
On.
Sometimes I just need some context behind it. You know what I mean? If I was
Juniors.
just throwing some stuff around, you know what I mean? I think you'd be thinking the same thing.
Yep. And then next Monday, probably won't be recording by then, but it's a college football national championship.
Okay.
Who you betting on? Washington?
Or Michigan?
Or Michigan. I had a brain fart on Michigan there, so.
I don't know. I have to look at the colors and see what color speaks to me.
I think Michigan.
Okay. Then I'll vote for Michigan.
Perfect.
You'll have a winning team.
And that's all I got for you, Bubba.
Perfect. I mean, it was a very you-heavy episode on this, so I'm very sorry that I feel like I didn't even come out here with any, like, cutie topics at all. I mean, there was, like, tons about, I'm sure, T-Swizzle and Travis Kelce.
Yeah, I want to stay away from that. I feel like that was just getting stale.
It's getting like so much. It's just like, what are we gonna update every time that she takes a shit? Like, you know what I mean?
Like we could have talked about what they did for New Year's. We could have talked about his agents.
We take a break from it. Yeah. We take a break.
Right. His agents came out and said something too today. It's like,
forget
about it.
Well, let's go. This is a great year together. This is probably our longest episode we've ever done, but a great year together. Let's ring in 2024 with maybe a clink of our hats that you could also purchase on the doubledospodcast.com, DOUBLEDOS podcast.com. These are the Drama Sports Club hat. We've seen them a lot out and about around town, and we love to see you in them. Please tag us, post us. Do it up because they are honestly the finest hat. Be prepared to get compliments, okay? They're a hot commodity.
Who am I impersonating?
But don't. I love you. I love everyone. Thank you so much for listening to yet another episode of your favorite sports drama podcast, The Double Dose.
Thank you so much.
And I hope that, you guys have a great New Year's. If you got any resolutions, drop them in the comments.
Drop them.
Love ya.
Love ya.
Cheers. Clink these damn things. Clink.
Clink that bird.
Thank you so much for listening to another episode of your favorite sports drama podcast, The Double Dose, the drama of sports. Don't forget to rate and subscribe to our podcast wherever you watch and listen, and give us a follow on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at Double Dose Pod. Thank you.